Have you ever wondered why Chinese web shops are so cheap? Welcome to the intriguing world of online retail, where prices seem too good to be true. In our journey today, we'll explore the key factors that make these virtual marketplaces so affordable. The power of mass production, the advantage of low labor costs, and the efficiency of direct selling. These elements combine to create a shopping experience that's hard to beat. Stay tuned as we uncover the secrets behind the price tags. Mass production, the driving force behind the affordability of Chinese web shops. You might be wondering, what is it about mass production that makes it such a game changer? Well, mass production, also known as flow production or continuous production, is the manufacturing of large quantities of standardized products. This method is often used when the same item needs to be created thousands or even millions of times in succession. Now imagine an enormous factory floor buzzing with activity. Conveyor belts whirring, machines humming, churning out product after product, all identical to the one before. That's mass production in action. It's a sight to behold, a symphony of efficiency. China, often dubbed as the world's factory, is a titan in this field. It's not just about the sheer volume of products they can produce, but also the speed at which they can do it. This rapid turnover of goods is one of the reasons why Chinese web shops can offer such competitive prices. But there's more to the story than just speed and volume. It's also about economies of scale. This is a concept in economics where the cost of producing each individual unit decreases as the quantity of goods produced increases. Basically, the more you make, the cheaper each unit becomes. China's massive production capabilities allow for these economies of scale. They can produce vast quantities of goods, which means the cost of each individual item goes down. And this saving is passed on to you, the consumer, in the form of lower prices. However, it's not just about producing a lot of goods quickly and cheaply. Quality control is also a crucial aspect of mass production. Chinese manufacturers have honed their processes over time to not only produce goods at a rapid rate, but also maintain a high level of quality. So when you're browsing through a Chinese web shop and marvel at the low prices, remember, it's not magic. It's mass production, economies of scale, and a dash of quality control. But remember, mass production is just one piece of the puzzle. Let's move on to another key factor. Low labor costs in China, a significant factor in the pricing of Chinese web shops. This statement might seem like a given, but let's delve deeper to understand the extent of its impact. China, a country bustling with a population of over 1 billion people, has a vast pool of labor at its disposal. This means that the labor market is highly competitive, and as a result, the cost of labor remains relatively low. Now pair this with China's manufacturing prowess, and you have a recipe for cost-effective production. In many Western countries, labor costs are a significant portion of the total cost of goods. Employees are protected by minimum wage laws, and companies are required to pay for benefits like health insurance and retirement plans. In China, on the other hand, labor laws are not as stringent. While there are minimum wage laws in place, they vary from region to region and are generally lower than in Western countries. Moreover, benefits are often not as comprehensive, further reducing labor costs. But it's not just about the cost per worker. It's also about the sheer number of people working. Chinese factories often operate on a large scale, employing thousands of workers. This means that they can produce goods at a faster rate, driving down the cost per item. So how does this translate to the pricing of Chinese web shops? Well, lower labor costs mean lower production costs, and lower production costs mean that goods can be sold at a lower price while still maintaining a profit margin. This is why you often find products on Chinese web shops at a fraction of the price you'd see them for in your local store. But remember, it's not just about the price. Quality and ethical considerations are also essential. Low labor costs can sometimes mean poor working conditions and low-quality products. So, while you might be getting a bargain, it's worth considering the bigger picture. As we see, labor costs significantly impact the final price, but that's not all. We have one more critical factor to discuss. Direct selling, cutting out the middleman to deliver you the best prices. Let's dive into this concept. Direct selling, in essence, is a method of selling products directly to consumers, without a need for intermediaries such as wholesalers, distributors, or retailers. This method is usually associated with home sales parties and network marketing, but in the digital age, it has found a new home: online retail. Chinese web shops in particular have embraced this model to offer lower prices. How does it work? Well, imagine a traditional retail chain. A product starts with the manufacturer, then travels through various hands, the distributor, the wholesaler, the retailer, each adding their own markup to the price. By the time it reaches you, the consumer, that product is considerably more expensive than its manufacturing cost. Now imagine a different scenario, one where the product goes straight from the manufacturer to you. That's the magic of direct selling. By eliminating the middlemen, Chinese web shops can skip all those additional costs associated with intermediaries. There are no distributor markups, no wholesaler fees, no retailer margins. The product is cheaper, but not because it's of lower quality. It's cheaper because the process is more efficient. In addition to cost savings, direct selling also leads to a more personal selling experience. Chinese web shops often interact directly with their customers, allowing for better customer service and a more personalized shopping experience. However, it's essential to remember that this model also comes with its own set of challenges. Without the buffer of a retail store, returns and exchanges can become more complicated. And because the products come straight from overseas, shipping times can be longer. Nevertheless, the benefits of direct selling often outweigh these potential drawbacks, especially when you consider the significant cost savings. It's a model that's changing the face of retail, and Chinese web shops are at the forefront of this revolution. Direct selling allows Chinese web shops to pass the savings directly to you, the consumer. But what does all this mean for your online shopping? Let's explore that in the next scene. Let's recap and understand what this means for your online shopping experiences. Our journey into the world of Chinese web shops has taken us through the labyrinth of mass production, the realm of low labor costs, and the universe of direct selling. All these elements combine to create the super affordable prices we often see on Chinese web shops. Mass production is the cornerstone of the Chinese manufacturing industry. With factories churning out products in enormous quantities, the cost per unit decreases significantly. This means products can be sold for less, making them more appealing to the cost-conscious shopper. But mass production isn't just about quantity, it's also about speed. Chinese factories have mastered the art of fast production, meaning new products can hit the virtual shelves of web shops in no time at all. Next, we dove into the world of low labor costs. Labor in China is far less expensive than in many Western countries, which again reduces the overall cost of production. However, it's essential to remember that while low labor costs contribute to cheaper products, they also raise valid concerns about workers' rights and working conditions. As consumers, we should strive to support companies that treat their employees fairly. Then we explored the concept of direct selling. By eliminating the middleman, Chinese web shops can offer products at a fraction of the price you'd typically see in brick-and-mortar stores or even other online platforms. This direct-to-consumer model not only cuts costs, but also allows for a more personalized shopping experience. So what does all this mean for you in the world of online shopping? Well, Chinese web shops offer a veritable treasure trove of affordable goods. This competitive pricing can push other retailers to lower their prices, creating a more budget-friendly online shopping landscape. However, it's crucial to balance the appeal of low prices with considerations around quality, sustainability, and fair labor practices. So now you know the secrets behind the cheap prices on Chinese web shops. Happy shopping, and remember, knowledge is power.